closer we can be to the screen, the better. Hey, can we go ahead and have lights on? Yeah, lights on, unless you can turn off this front row.
Nope.
Okay, no, we're good with lights.
All or nothing.
Oh, no, come here. Good morning, everybody. My name is John Horton. I'm with the Rotary Club of Springfield Southeast. I've got with me Dr. Ned Caldwell. And then this presentation is actually put on by the Rotary Club of the Springfield Metro, and they're back in the back. Julie's the one with the camera. Melissa is next to her. Andrea and Michael. Steve's over here, and then Tyler is up in front. The Springfield, the Rotary Club of Springfield Metro is actually putting on this presentation with giving you the T-shirts. This program is called Don't Meth With Us. We're here to basically educate you on methamphetamine, the dangers of methamphetamine usage, and talk to you a little bit about Rotary. The Metro Rotary Club does a lot of things like Rockin' Ribs Festival. They put that on. Has anybody been to Rockin' Ribs? Excellent. Did you have a good time? Did you eat any good barbecue? Excellent. We actually just did it this last year, 3 weeks ago, and had 30,000 people come out and sample barbecue, and had a barbecue contest, and we raised about $180,000 for 7 different local kids charities. Thank you. The Metro Club also has adopted the McGregor School in the Springfield school system, and they help them with snacks for MAP testings. They put on some incentives to do different throughout the year to encourage kids to come to school and make good grades. They also support a lot of other activities, both locally and worldwide.
Hey, John, would you tell them the 4 tenets of Rotary? Because they have something that's very, very similar that they look at every day. Think, is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind?
Okay, and actually, if you look at your little pledge cards there, the Rotary 4-way test is on here, and it's simple. In Rotary, what we try to do, all Rotarians, Rotary is an organization for business and community leaders, and we have a 4-way test. For every time we make a choice in whether it's business or a personal life, we ask ourselves, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? And will it be beneficial to all concerned? And that's something I think you as kids can do as well. It's just a fantastic thing. If you can answer those 4 questions with every choice you make, you'll go far in life. How many people have heard of Rotary International? 1, 2. Rotary International is an organization, a worldwide organization. There are 1.2 million Rotarians in over 220 countries. Their single goal is to make their community and the world a better place to live and work. One of the things we've been really known for is in 1985 we set out and made the elimination of polio our #1 priority. Has anybody heard of polio? Do you know what it is? Do you know what it is? I would ask somebody that just took a bite of something. Okay, how about you? Yeah, it's a disease that cripples children, and once there's no cure for it. Once you become inflicted with polio, you lose the use of your legs, and you also sometimes it affects your lungs as well. But Rotary thought it was so important for us to eliminate this disease among children that we made it our top priority. In the last 30 years, we have, or 25, 30 years, we have basically made it our top priority to give vaccines to all kids so they'll never be inflicted with polio. We're so close. We've got 3 countries left in the world that still have polio, but the numbers are really reduced, and we hope within a couple years we'll have it completely eliminated. We help provide clean drinking water to remote villages. A lot of kids in remote countries and small villages go out to a small pond and get water out of a pond, and it's a murky, yellowish, brownish kind of water they're drinking. And what we'll do is take filters so they can take that water and make it clear, drinkable, healthy water. And it's amazing, these kids, when they see that clear water for the first time, they're thinking, boy, I'm not going to drink that. I don't know what that is. But once they taste it and realize how much better it is, it is, like I said, it's just amazing what they go through. But we've donated money to earthquake victims. We build schools in underdeveloped countries. Anyway, I'm going to let Dr. Ned take over, and he's going to talk more about what our message today is.
So again, just to kind of summarize what John just spoke to you about, Rotarians are leaders in their communities that come together to set worthy goals to make their community a better place. And the reason that we're here at Thomas today is that we look at all of you as leaders. And we want you guys to come together to set worthy goals to make your community a better place. So there are 3 things that you have to understand to become a leader that can accomplish a worthy goal. Number 1, great leaders understand the importance of making good choices. You have choices in your life, and when you make the right choices, you'll be very successful and happy. Number 2, bad choices can make and wipe out all the good choices that you've already made in your life. So making a bad choice can have consequences to it. A particular bad choice, number 3, is methamphetamine. Okay? So, what do choices have to do with goals? We can all dream what we want. The only limitation of a goal is our imagination, right? All of us may miss or come up short of reaching a goal from time to time, but the real secret to reaching more of our goals is to make good choices. Let's look at some examples of choices, and I'll quiz you guys here just a little bit. All right. So let's say your goal is to become a teacher someday. And part of becoming a teacher is learning, right? And part of learning is taking tests. So, here's your choice, or here's your situation. You have a test the next day. You get home from school. You have 2 choices. One would be to go and play video games. The other would be to sit down and study for your test. What's the right choice? Study. Exactly. This is how it works, guys. What if your goal was to be a basketball player someday? You wanted to play on the NBA. Again, it's a beautiful day outside and you get home from school. You've got 2 choices. One would be to go inside and watch TV. The other would be to go outside and shoot some baskets. What's the right choice? Back there in the red. And shoot some baskets. Exactly. What if your goal was to be a really good friend to somebody? And your friend came up to you one day, you were having a great day, but they were having a bad day. Your choice was either to talk to your friend or just move on down the hallway and have a good day. What's the right choice?
Talk to your friend.
That's right. Exactly. We've got a room full of leaders. There is no question in my mind. So hopefully I've convinced you that every great leader dreams about goals. And if they want to accomplish a worthy goal, it means that they're going to make good choices. Staying focused on your goals is important because as a leader, you know goals lead to success, accomplishment, and happiness in your life. Every great leader has support. Think about your teacher and all the support that she had to reach her ultimate goal, and that is to be here with you guys today. I'd like some examples of who you think supports you in the worthy goals that you want to accomplish. In the black.
My mom.
Your mom and dad, absolutely.
Baseball coach.
Your baseball coach, that's a great example.
Teacher.
Your teacher. All of them are leaders, right? You look up to them because they make good choices and they help you make good choices.
Thanks, Dr. Ned. First thing, we're going to talk about meth and what it is. Methamphetamine is also, like I said, nicknamed meth. It's also called ice, crank, crystal, speed. Some parts of the country actually call it 417. And the reason they call it 417 is because it actually started here in the Springfield and Nixa and Ozark areas, and our area code is 417. So that's why they call it 417. But it is a very bad drug. It's not like the kind of drugs that you go to a doctor to get when you're sick or feeling better. It's an illegal drug, and it's very, very harmful for you. We do want to point out that not all drugs are bad. Like I said, if a doctor or a nurse or your mom and dad give you some drugs when you're sick, that's certainly good. Bad choices with drugs are when you take those drugs that are prescribed by a doctor and that are prescribed to somebody else, and you end up taking, the wrong person takes them. It's also a bad choice if you take illegal drugs like meth, cocaine, marijuana. Methamphetamine is an extremely bad choice because it is the most addictive drug out there. It is illegal and it destroys lives. A lot of people ask why people take meth. And the truth about it is methamphetamine actually tricks your body into making you think you feel great. And somebody will take it one time and say, wow, I feel terrific when I'm on it. But after they come down from that initial high, or after their body realizes that it was tricked into feeling better, they feel worse than they did before. So because they feel worse, and they remember that, hey, just a couple hours ago I felt better after I'd taken meth, they take it again. And then they take it again. And then when they come down off that high, they feel even worse than they did the first time they came off of it. So it's just kind of a never-ending cycle of them trying to feel better. And like I said, before you know it, they just get addicted to it, and they can't hold a job. They can't function in normal society. The addiction rate is 90%, and that means if 10 people, how many people know what addicted means? Everybody? Good. That means if 10 people try methamphetamine one time, 9 out of those 10 people are going to become addicted to it, and that is the most addictive drug that's out there by far. We also want to point out that addicts are not bad people. They've just made, unfortunately, one bad choice, and then after they made that one bad choice, it's easier for them to continue to make bad choices. And hopefully they'll get turned around, and like I said, hopefully someday, a lot of times, people will get arrested for methamphetamines, and it's the best thing that happens to them because it gets them out of that environment of taking methamphetamines, and they can get off of it, and they'll realize that, hey, in order to really get my life turned around, they've got to stop. Okay, we're going to play a game. I need 4 volunteers. You don't want to volunteer in the meth shirt? Okay. Okay, how about you, and you, and the boy in the blue there, and how about the girl in the red? Come on up here. We're going to play a game. Probably over here is the best way. I need, first of all, why don't you go ahead and line up here, and I want to know something that's important to each of you. Do you have something that's important to you? What? Your cat. Second time I've heard that. You knew he was a veterinarian, didn't you? That's why you said that. Oh, I'm just kidding. And what about you? What? Al, can you come up with something else?
My parents.
Parents, excellent. How about you?
Minecraft.
What? Minecraft. Oh, you and my son. How about you? iPad, okay. How about something more,
How about a goal?
Yeah.
Give us a goal that you've got in life that's really important to you that you want to attain. If you're a Minecrafter, is it maybe IT specialist or like a computer?
Or maybe you want to develop games.
Mostly Minecraft, trying to get as much stuff as I can.
He sounds like a software specialist.
Yeah. How about you? Nothing important to you other than an iPad.
Sports? What's your favorite sport?
Basketball.
Basketball?
Excellent, excellent. Black balloon over here? Oh, here. Okay. So I want, here, let's go ahead and give me this. I need one of you to stand right here on this square, face that way. I need one of you to stand right here and face that way. And I want one of you right here. Now, the rules of the game, go ahead and scoot up a little farther, in the square, and then right there. You cannot move your feet.
Okay, remember that one. Everybody forgets it.
You cannot move your feet. And we're going to bounce all the balloons together, and we want to keep them all in the air at the same time, okay? We're going to start with the black balloon. Let's go ahead and grab those balloons, Ned. We're going to start, but the number one rule is you cannot let the black balloon get away or touch the ground. So no matter what happens, always keep the black balloon going, okay? And the black balloon is going to represent bad choices. But let's go ahead and get started. And then we're going to gradually throw in these other balloons that are things that are important to you. Oh, yeah, don't let those balloons get away. And like I said, can't move.
Black balloon.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Let's give these guys, okay, that's good. Let's go ahead and get these balloons. Let's give these guys a hand. And you guys can go ahead and sit down. What that really represents, or what we want to show you there, is when you're making bad choices, the things that are important to you, it's hard to keep those things up in the air and then really concentrating on those things when you make a bad choice such as methamphetamines. And that just kind of shows you, like I said, you start making those bad choices, your cats, like I said, you get addicted to methamphetamines, you don't really care about eating yourself. The last thing you're going to do is end up feeding your cat or your parents. You start doing methamphetamines, it's going to have some serious effects on your parents. But anyway.
Okay. So as leaders here, we're going to do a little bit of homework, and we're going to tell you about methamphetamine so that you understand how to avoid that bad choice. One dose of methamphetamine can end your life. Just a single dose of it. Okay? It can permanently damage vital organs in your body, like your brain and your heart and your liver. You guys are born with only one brain, one heart, and one liver. And once you've damaged it, you have to live with it, or try to live with it, for the rest of your life. I'm going to show you some people. The slides are pretty dramatic, but these people have made this bad choice. This series of slides, there's going to be two pictures. And when I first looked at them, I thought they were entirely different people. They aren't. It's the same person. The only difference is that this person started abusing methamphetamine, and in this slide, within 4 years, she looked like that. Okay? Which slide does she look younger in? The one on the left or the right? She's aged, and this is only 2.5 years span of time. Again, just a short time later. We'll get to questions at the end. Methamphetamine doesn't care whether you're a boy or a girl. Okay? Same effects. Tremendous weight loss, right? Again, just 4 years in that time span. Methamphetamine doesn't care about what race you are. It has the same effect on you regardless. That was 4 years. This is a picture of a 27-year-old woman. The picture was taken 6 months later. Okay. Was she more attractive in the slide here on the left or on the right? Okay. Jael Strauss was an aspiring star and a finalist on the hit show America's Next Top Model. This is her entering the competition. This is her on Dr. Phil, okay, afterwards. This is a 21-year-old man with acute malnutrition. He lost control of all of his bodily functions and he died. Can you imagine taking a drug that would make you forget to eat or take care of your body? That's what methamphetamine does. And frankly, the drug doesn't care whether you're young or whether you're old. She started abusing methamphetamine at 12 years of age, and her life ended when she was 15. Was that a bad choice?
Yes.
One time. One bad choice. So, some of the other effects on your body, methamphetamine, when you take the drug, it dries your mouth up. You don't produce spit, okay? And saliva has a function in your body. It helps take care of your mouth. There are things in the saliva that help keep your mouth healthy. So when you start to take the drug, you not only forget to brush your teeth, but your body can't take care of the mouth the way that it was designed for. So methamphetamine abusers have a syndrome. Dentists are very aware of it, and it's called meth mouth. Pretty bad, huh? Would you follow this leader?
No.
Bad choices, right? You'll never worry about lipstick on your teeth again. Even more effects of methamphetamine. It not only dries out your mouth, but it dries out your skin. And again, it takes away your body's defenses that you would normally have. When they interview meth addicts, if they've been arrested, or they talk to them, meth addicts say that their skin feels like it has bugs crawling on it. And one of their reactions, and it's not just one person, but multiple people feel this, is for them to start scratching their skin. These are pictures of meth addicts and what their skin looks like. It's a little harder to appreciate. Okay? See how all the other balloons dropped to the floor and all they were worried about was that drug?
That last picture, you might notice. Remember, she was in an orange kind of a jumpsuit. That was because she was in prison. She'd been in there 2 weeks when those pictures were taken. So, anyone think? We'll answer questions at the end if you don't mind. Well, yeah, we'll answer questions at the end. Anyone think meth is a good choice? Oh, wrong way. Oops. Okay, we want to make sure you know how to protect yourself against meth, so we're going to talk about some ways to do that. 3 things to protect yourself from. Number 1, we want to protect you from someone who's using meth, someone who offers you meth, and we want to talk about meth trash. Remember Dr. Ned asked earlier about a trusted adult. If you know someone's abusing meth, the best thing you can do is find a trusted adult. Your mother, your father, your grandparents, a police officer, a school counselor, someone you can trust. You go to them and talk to them about it, and they'll help you, possibly get out of a situation you're in, or if you're at a friend's house and you think maybe their older brother or maybe even parents are using methamphetamines, they can help you make sure you get out of that environment safely. The other thing we want you to know is what to say when somebody offers you to do methamphetamines or any drug for that matter. And the best thing we think, the best answer is really on the shirts that you got. If you look there, the phrase on the top and the bottom of that logo is "We are the future, don't meth with us." We think that's a fantastic response anytime anybody offers you any drug. The other thing we want you to know how to do, or what we want you to be aware of, is what to do if you see meth trash. These are all pictures of actual pictures in the Greene County, Christian County area of meth labs that were seized by the police. So anytime you see things like this, that is evidence of meth manufacturing, and those can be very toxic. The chemicals you would breathe in that environment are very dangerous to your lungs. When police find something like this, they don't go in there. They basically call people who will come in hazmat suits. Which, does everybody know what that a hazmat suit is? Okay, they'll come in with a hazmat suit and clean those up. In fact, there was an apartment building over in Ozark that actually had to be completely tore down because a couple people were manufacturing meth in it, and it had seeped in all the into all the wood and everything, and there was no way to clean that up, so they had to actually tear the apartment down. But anyway, meth is a homemade drug. You go to the hardware store, you go to Walmart, you can get a bunch of the ingredients to manufacture meth, and you can make it yourself at your home, or you can make it in a car. I mean, it's very easy to manufacture. Dr. Ned just realized we failed to bring in one of the key things. We need a volunteer. Can you come up here with the boy in the shirt? What's your name? What? Jacob. We would like to get your assistance, and first of all, Dr. Ned will get you. We want to get you some personal protection equipment on because we want to make sure you're protected against some of these dangerous chemicals. Can you still see with that mask on? That's a good-looking shirt you got on, too. Gloves?
Yep.
Oh, I think they're, yeah.
I was going to skip them, actually, but
Oh,
okay. I'm spoiling them up a little bit.
no, it's all safe. He's going to be pulling some.
We're going to make sure that he's extra safe, though.
Yeah,
Because these are chemicals, guys.
they're all sealed, but just in case. Here, that's your thumb. There you go. There you go. Yep. These gloves are the hardest things to get on. Oh, perfect.
All right, find your thumb hole first. There you go.
If you ever want to become a doctor, you got to learn to put those things on. You getting it? Oh, yeah. Oh, you got two fingers in the same hole. How's that? Okay. He's doctor ready. Okay.
This one right here is what you want to get first.
Let's see what he pulls out the first time. Oh, it just happens to be lacquer thinner. What a coincidence. Okay. Jacob, why don't you read on the back of the label there? I'll get.
So, Jacob, start right there.
Okay, vapors may cause flash fire or ignite explosives. Vapors may travel long distances to other areas or in rooms.
Okay. Maybe fatal and cause blindness as well. Why don't you grab the next one in there? Anybody know what this is? You know what it's used for?
Antifreeze. Don't you put it in your car?
You put it in your gas tank of your car. It's antifreeze for your gasoline in your car. But Jacob, why don't you go ahead and read the back of that as well?
Right there.
Okay, danger poison contains meth, methyl alcohol,
Cannot be made non-poisonous. No matter what you do to this product, there's nothing that you can do to that will make it non-poisonous.
Avoid contact with eyes and skin. Use only in
Ventilated.
ventilated area. Keep away from heat or open flame.
Okay, that's probably enough, Jacob. Both of these things are used to manufacture methamphetamines. And we got one more that we'll show you. Everybody seen this before?
Yes.
It's drain opener. When your hair gets clogged into a drain, your parents might use that to put in the drain to eat through the hair so that the drain will become unclogged. Go ahead and read the back of that, Jacob.
Let's see here, Jacob, right over here. Read this one right there.
Danger poison causes
Severe.
severe burns, contacts.
Contains sodium hydroxide. That is a caustic agent. It burns.
Avoid contact with skin, eyes,
Mucous membranes.
mucous membranes, and clothing.
Very good.
Okay, let's give Jacob a hand for helping out.
Good job, Jacob.
But again, all these things by themselves, there's a legitimate reason for all these things, but none of them are supposed to be, put into your body or used in any way. But like I said, that's just part of the manufacturing process of methamphetamines, is to mix these chemicals together to come up with methamphetamines. Here, you need a hand? Let me. Trash can. You take over here.
Yeah, I can. Let's see here.
Oh, here it is.
Bottle. There it is. So, this is the latest thing in manufacturing meth. Meth started out being manufactured in people's homes, trailers, things like that. This method was invented because the drug abuser could mix up their own little batch of it. This is a 2-liter Coke bottle, and it has a hose coming out of the top of it that serves as a vent. And it's because the chemical reactions that occur inside this bottle produce volatile gases that have to escape or it explodes. But it's a real tricky thing, and it's not chemists that are mixing this up, they're drug abusers. So the reason that we show this to you guys is because you may see it as meth trash. You'll find it in a park, on a bike ride, you'll find it in a ditch or a gutter. And the takeaway point here for you leaders in the room is that back away from it. Get as far as you can from it. And what's the next important step? Yes? Tell an adult. Tell your trusted adult, the one that helps you make good decisions. Very good. You guys are very bright. This is a meth user that was involved in an explosion. Okay? Chemical reactions happen, and unfortunately explosions occur. And he has burns all over his face for the rest of his life because of it. So protect yourself against these things, guys. Don't touch them. Get away from them. And obviously go and tell somebody that you know that can help you with it.
Just a quick story. We've been doing this program in Springfield for 3 years. In January, a girl, a 6th grader in Springfield, came across one of those 2-liter bottles and found it in a park and started to play with it, and then kind of remembered what she'd learned here and ended up calling her mom. Her mom called the police. They investigated. They looked at it. It had been used in the manufacture of meth, and there were still some toxic chemicals in the bottle. If she'd have started playing with it or kicking it, she could have got those chemicals on her face, on her skin. It could have caused some severe burns, but luckily, she knew what to do and was safe because of it. So we want you to remember that as well. So if you see something like that, like I said, back away, talk to a trusted adult.
We greatly appreciate and depend upon your leadership this year in your school and here in your community in Nixa. Remember that every great leader dreams about goals and has to make good choices to attain those goals. And bad choices can cancel out all of the good choices that you've made. Think about, this is the homework, okay? Think about how you're going to react and who you will talk to when somebody asks you to use methamphetamine. Practice what you're going to say. We are the future. Don't meth with us. And remember, leave meth trash alone. So this is the end. And one of the things that we like to do is do our slogan. Okay? And it's, we are the future. Don't meth with us.
Is it all right if the kids get a little loud?
So we're going to start way down here, and I'm going to say, we are the future, and you guys are going to respond, don't meth with us. Next time, we're going to be here, and the last time, we're going to say it so loud the whole school knows that you guys are our leaders. Okay? So are you ready?
Yes.
We are the future.
Don't mess with us.
We are the future.
Don't mess with us.
We are the future. All right.
Great job, guys.
Good job, guys.
I will answer any, or if you have any questions for Dr. Ned, we'll be glad to try and answer them.
I noticed in some of the pictures of the meth users, the before picture and the after picture had different colored hair. Was that like an effect? Or
It's not an effect. I think it's just that craziness, that girls, some girls get, or whether they'd start dyeing their hair. But it's not related to. It's not related to the meth usage. They just tend to do.
Their lives do dramatically change, though. So.
have you ever came across meth trash?
I personally have not come. I should probably repeat the question. He asked if I have personally come across meth trash. No, I have not personally, but it happens all the time.
Hey, John, in the news, the 7th grade that we were talking with on Monday, one of the kids' brothers found a 2-liter meth bottle. He did not know what it was. He was hitting it with a stick. And I'm like, he is lucky he's alive.
Yeah.
And now they all know what it is. But if you see that, back away, because they're around here in ditches.
I've seen a bottle like that before. I just throw it away.
Yeah, and really, like I said, when I was growing up, that's what certainly my parents always taught me to do, is throw trash away like that. But when it's a bottle like that and you think it may be linked to manufacturing methamphetamines, you really shouldn't touch it. And the police should really be called in because they may be able to get some fingerprints.
You're not ever going to see a 2-liter Coke bottle with a hole drilled in the top of the lid with a hose sticking out of it. It's real obvious, okay?
Yeah, I know.
Back to the Mizzou shirt.
It didn't happen.
Like, how do they change skin color in one of the pictures?
Well, again, it's you're putting chemicals in your body that's not that are not normal, that are toxic. So it has a lot of bad effects to a person's body, not only on the outside of the skin, but inside internally. Well, it'll start shutting down your internal organs. Like I said, it's just a very, very bad thing.
When Jacob was presenting stuff, it said if swallowed, I. Swollen works. Swollen.
It said what?
Oh. It said swollen.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so in part of it, it said they felt like bugs were crawling on their skin and that they scratched. Well, in one of the pictures that girl that was holding on like this, was that from her scratching?
Yes, she scratched herself so much to where she just it just started drawing blood and she can't stop. I watched a TV special about 1.5 years ago, and they were actually following a meth addict, and she and her family wanted her to get off. It was a show called Intervention, and they were trying to get her to go to drug rehab to get off, and they were interviewing her as she was getting ready to go out, and she was sitting there picking at her face, scratching her face until it bled. And then when she finally got ready to get dressed, she started putting makeup on over all the scabs that were on her face. And as she was talking, she's like, I don't know why I do it. It just feels like bugs are crawling into me. And she just scratches and scratches, and the sores get bigger and bigger as they would scratch the scabs off of them, and they just get worse and worse.
Is there any cure for that?
The cure is to not start it. First of all, you can, if the user that gets addicted to it wants to get off badly enough, they can. The best way to do it is to go to rehab, and unfortunately, probably the best cure they've got is going to prison. And when they go to prison, they can't get meth anymore, so they get off it for a period of time, and then hopefully when they get out of jail, they won't start up again. You got your head up a while.
How old is she?
I don't know, but that, like I said, that picture was taken after she'd been in prison for 2 weeks. But like I said, it doesn't have her face. A lot of times they don't give us those kind of facts on those pictures.
I thought polio had a cure, so it was like a dead polio.
There is not a cure for polio. There is a vaccine that will prevent people from getting it, but you've got to take the vaccine before you get the disease.
It said that some people in prison that did drugs, they still get drugs in prison. People get
I'm not a prison expert. I don't know that. I'm sure there are ways to sneak in certain things, but I don't know that. I would say it would be painful, yes, when they scratch your skin.
You know how long it is when they get caught doing that?
Do you know how long what?
How long they go in prison?
You know, that's up to a judge. I think every case is different. The judge looks at past offenses and so forth and their history and all that, but I don't really keep track of that. So, anything else? Well, anyway, again, thanks for your attention. Appreciate the great questions. Again, you know, if you have any questions about this, you know, feel free to maybe talk to your teacher or a counselor and talk to a trusted adult. Okay, one more question.
If an animal were like near the meth lab, like a dog or a cat, like a house pet, if it got,
I'll defer to the veterinarian.
if it got, like, if it was in the room with the gas, could it spread the gas to other people?
The animal certainly could succumb to the fumes and all those other things that are produced in a meth lab. One of the things that's one of the gases that's produced by methamphetamine production is ammonia, and it has a very, very strong smell. If you've ever been around or had a tomcat in your house, they have a real strong ammonia smell to their urine. But no, animals don't spread methamphetamine from one environment to another. Yeah.
Could they like get sick from it?
They definitely could, absolutely. They have hearts, lungs, minds, livers, everything that we do, and they would react in a similar way. Fortunately, animals don't get addicted to drugs, though, like people do. Okay. You guys are great. Every one of you is a leader now. And remember, you've got 4th graders that look up to you, 5th graders next year. Help us spread the word.
Okay. Thanks a lot.